Hello and welcome everyone. Hopefully you can hear me right now. Let me do a quick check on the levels. Everything looks good. And as y'all know, I use streamables, so I'm just checking to see that everything is working. If you looked at the title of today's video, you'll be able to notice that I am covering a quick start in coding and robotics today. This is what you see on the screen in a minute will be just something that gets you started in coding or robotics very quickly and immediately. If you have any previous experience, don't worry, this will still challenge you. And if you have no experience at all and just want to get started, this is the quick start on how to get there. So let me take you to the main page. All right, from here, you guys should be seeing my entire screen right now. That's good. All right, this is the one-stop shop that I recommend for anyone to get started or to go further, which is hourofcode.com/us/learn. Again, that's hourofcode.com/us/learn. And that'll take you to here. If you just want to type it into Google, Hour of Code Activities, it should take you to the same thing. Yeah. So Hour of Code Activities into Google takes you to the same website. Yes. So the reason that I recommend this as a one-stop shop is that it has many different websites on here. I know this is the Hour of Code, and you know code.com is a very popular coding website. So if you look at some of these programs, like some of these thumbnails right here, and you see the code icon, that is through code.com directly. So these first 6 are through code.com. Everything else, however, is through separate programs. Like this right here, CodeSpark Academy is separate from code.org. Let me see. I know I saw something down here. Scratch. Scratch is a very different program from Code. So if you have no experience whatsoever, then you would go to beginner. That's the default. And then you would select the grade that's more appropriate for you. I recommend doing the grade option right here because, well, you might be a 9th grader that doesn't want to do this little puppy adventure. But still, these are great beginner options. If you're in middle school, 6 through 8 is a great place to start for beginner. And if you have some background knowledge, like I recommend at least trying one of these. All of these, like everything in here, should take about 45 minutes to an hour to do from start to end. Like they shouldn't take more than that. Yes, there are things you can do to expand on the project, but the basics of the project should take about an hour. So let's say that you're a bit more comfortable, you've done some of this before, and you tried one of these, you completed it, no problem, then go to comfortable. These are more advanced things. Some of these require you to do things like use actual coding script. Like over here, these use text blocks. Let me show you what that looks like in a second. I'm gonna close that off. So these are blocks. These are code blocks. And when you put them in, it does the code. But when you go to comfortable, it asks you to do actual code language. So let me see if I can turn off the music on this. I should have already had it off. Yes, the music is already off on this. So once you start the level, you see things that look more like game language, like actual coding language. Game.spawn, floor, parentheses, quotation dessert, and quotation in parentheses. So this is more getting you used to actual computer science language. Like this one right here is Python. But again, try it out. If you're like, that wasn't really for me, but I do know something more, there are many others in here that you can look for. If you're like, wow, Mr. Pacina, this is a lot of things to look at, can you narrow it down? Yes. So on the left over here, you see some filters. So you want something that's like only 1 hour, or you want something that is an hour, but there are more things you can do, or something that will take a little bit longer. So yeah, these are all things you can do that'll take longer. So that's a quick start. You just want somewhere to do something, get started here at hourofcode.com/us/learn. And there are many different things. I recommend starting with one of these 3 up here. Either the classic is the Minecraft Hour of Code, or the Make a Flappy Game hour of code. So these both are great things to get started if you don't know or want to learn. And if you're more comfortable, then I recommend starting at Code Combat. Code Combat is a great place to learn. Also, Tracy the Turtle is a classic, like, computer science starting place. Well, not starting place. It's a good challenge to computer science people. Like, once in your life, you will see this problem of Tracy the Turtle. But again, starting place and then a little bit more challenging. And of course, remember, you can always change these grades into whatever you think is more appealing to you. You can also change the topic that you're going to cover in there. So like, you want something that's focused on math. There you go. You want something that's focused more in science. Same thing there. And that, is that Pac-Man? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's maybe something that I do. But this is a good place to get started. Let me check the chat for a second, just in case. For me, this is more like letting you guys do things at your own pace. So the second thing is the Coder Z challenge. So Coders is, well, if you've ever seen these EV3 robots, like these things right here, they're kind of expensive. Like, they're expensive. They're like really annoying to like change things a little bit at a time. And as you can see in the picture here, it's a virtual one. So if you're interested in joining robotics, like I know our school is doing robotics next year, hopefully. We'll see how things end up. But even if we don't, this is a good starting place for any robotics students to know of how to program the machine to do something. So that's the starting place of any robotics student. I will have like this document put into like our Facebook, like under here under comments. I'll put in the link right there. But basically, you project directions, click on this link right here. Sign in with Google. You sign in with your Google account. If you're a student, you know what that means of signing in with your school account. And then it'll ask you a few questions, like what is your age and things like that. When you select the course, let me show you right here. It shows you something like this, like what do you want to enroll in? These are the recommendations in order of difficulty. A is the Coders Z Adventure. That's for anyone that has like no robotics knowledge whatsoever or wants a starting place. Like, I recommend taking that first. And then there's the Cyber Robotics 101, which is for beginners. And Cyber Robotics 102 is an intermediate. And then finally, Python Gym, that's for advanced people. Like, they've already completed everything else, then your final thing is a Python Gym. If you want to work along with me, do leave me a message, a comment or something, and I'll set you up. I'll give you live help throughout any of these streams, or just send me an email, mrpacina. Well, let me see what my email over here is. There it is, mr.pacina.streams@gmail.com. And I will help you out any way I can, help you get to the next challenge, or help you figure out what went wrong, or help you with anything that you need. Again, this was a quick start to get you started. This was only a 20-minute video. Let me know what you think, and thank you for watching, guys.